Hi everybody, how is everybody tonight? Welcome to my stamping studio. My name is Julia Green. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you have come across my Thursday Night Live. And right now, I'm working on a Valentine card. And the reason I wanted to start with a Valentine's card is because February is only a couple of days away, and there is still time to make some fun homemade Valentines to send out to friends and family if you are interested in getting together. And I have tons of supplies here, so I would love to get together with you and we can make some fun little Valentines and send them out. And that would just, put a smile on a whole bunch of people's faces. So this is just a quick and easy layout. This would be something that we could do. If you don't want to host it at your house, if you are local to me, I would love to host it here, and you can invite your friends here. Or if you have a church hall or a library that has a room or anything like that, if you wanted to do it that way, you could do it that way. We could get together in a neutral space, not your space, not my space, but a neutral space. I have dog hair everywhere. I have 2 Labrador retrievers that are shedding so bad because the heat is just going crazy here, because we had lots of snow here in the northwest corner of Connecticut, and then after the snow, now it's been very, very Arctic cold. It's crazy cold. So I've put a piece of white on the inside, and then I'm coming in with a piece of this striped paper. This is all part of the Valentine's suite that is in the new mini catalog. If you don't have a mini catalog and you need one, just let me know. I'd be happy to get one out to you. And all of a sudden my tape runner is not doing its thing here. There we go. No. Let's see if I can get it to go here, because it's not doing its thing. Let's see. There we go. All right. Fixed it for now. I don't know if I've permanently fixed it, but all right, let's put this striped paper on. No, it's going to keep doing that. Let me see if I can grab another one. Oh, I have tons of them around here. I just have to find them. All right, sorry about that. Had to grab a tape runner. That one was not cooperating. Let's see if I get this one to cooperate. Yeah, right now this one wants to cooperate. All right, so we're going to put this striped layer on our red card base, just like that. I've gone ahead and I've stamped "Sending You Love." We're kind of going to make it look kind of like a little, maybe like a little postcard. That's kind of the look I'm going for here. I'm just going to put that right there. Hi, Patricia. Hey, Chloe. Your Hogwarts Castle came out awesome. Did I say that right? Is it a Hogwarts Castle? It's gorgeous. It looks really, really nice. All right, so we're going to put this guy over here. We're going to put this guy up there. All right, let's put this one down first. I'm going to put this right up in there. I'm going to grab this, and we're going to make a little bow to go on the top part of that one. I think I'm going to pop this guy up. Got my dimensionals here. I know I have some dimensionals. Yep. 1, 2. I've spent a bunch of time up here cleaning in my room, and I dragged the vacuum up, and it looks so nice up here. There's like no little parcels of paper or anything on the floor. Chloe, you'll have to check it out. There's like no little pieces of paper or anything on the floor, and I'm trying to be really good about picking them up, not just leaving them on the ground. I'm hoping to keep my room a little cleaner. I've been sorting out stuff. So those of you guys that follow me either here on my business page or on my personal page, I think I want that guy to go like that. Like that. And then we have all these little X's and O's with little hearts here. So let's make sure they're all on the upside down side. And we'll put a little glue on each one and then figure out where we're going to put them. And then I'm going to show you another suite that's in the new mini catalog that I purchased that I think you guys will like a lot. So let me just get all these over here. So put a little dab of glue on the back of each one. Where'd my tweezers go? Oops. I was trying not to have him do. All right, this one's stuck to my tweezers, so we're just going to go ahead and put him right up here just to get him off my tweezers. All right, and then we're going to grab this one because he's upside down with glue on my table. Okay, I'll just put him right there. We're going to do a little, well, actually, I want him to go up a little bit further up here because we're going to do, oops, the X flipped over, getting glue all over my, we're going to do an X and an O. Right there. And then maybe one down here. X and an O. And I'm out of the screen. Let me bring you up a little bit so maybe my screen will be a little bit bigger. I was trying to blow it up, but I'm out of the screen, which is not very nice of me to be out of the screen. I'm talking away and creating and you guys can't see what I'm doing. All right, so there you have it. Isn't that kind of just a fun, quick one? I'm going to do a little bow here with the red and white twine. And we'll put that on my little tab. And then I'll show you that suite that I'm talking about. So I've been doing some other crafting, and I've kind of been cleaning out in here because I wanted to make room to do some other kinds of crafts that I took a class a couple weeks ago that was like an altered journal class. And one of the things that I really enjoyed doing that she had there, and I'll show you a picture of my journal. I did post it on my other page, but there was my journal. But do you see the little rooster? So the little rooster is made with a mold, and they do like a casting, and you can do different kinds of clay and stuff. And I bought some of the molds, and so I've been kind of playing around with those, and then you paint them, and you give them like, that one there has like an antique brass finish. So I've been kind of playing around with that. And so I haven't had as much time for my card making as I normally do, but that was something that I did enjoy a lot, and I do like that collage-y style and all that, so I have been working on some of that. And these molds, you can put them on different things, and you can make different things with them, so I've been having some fun with that. I'm trying not to go crazy, because, you know, I don't need to get into another new craft, but my camera's a little on the... Caddy went up his side, but there we go. So if you need a Valentine's and you'd like to get together and make some Valentines, just let me know and I'll get you in my schedule and we'll make some fun Valentine cards. All right, so the suite that I want to talk to show you guys tonight, and I'm going to show you all the bits and pieces, is the Cute as a Bug suite. Okay, this is in the new mini catalog, so if you don't have a mini catalog and you need a mini catalog, just let me know, okay? I'd be happy to get you one if you don't have a demonstrator that you work with, okay? The item number for this suite is 167007. So if you want to write that down somewhere, if you see some things in this suite that you like, if you punch that number in, the whole suite would come up. And even if you like bits and pieces of the suite, you'll be able to purchase bits and pieces of the suite. Okay, so let's take a look at the suite. What do you say we start with the designer series paper? And I don't normally get excited about cutesies. As you guys know, I'm not like, it's not a big thing for me to get into the cutesies. But these are pretty cute, and I really liked them a lot. So it ended up being on my list. But, so we have all these cute little bugs. Look at all these little guys. Now, some of the dies cut some of these out. So that's pretty cute. It cuts out like this guy here. And it cuts out these little guys up there. So it's pretty cute that it cuts out some of that stuff. And then we have this cute little daisy-like paper on the other side. Then we have this one that's just a great background design. And on the other side of that one, we have this fun paper. More of the little bug scenes. Very cute. You get your little daisies in there, and your little mushrooms, and a big old snail. And then we have this pattern that kind of reminds me of a quilting pattern. So if you have some quilters out there, this would be a fun one to use on a card. It reminds me of some quilting patterns. And then we have some more bug scenes. Look at these. Look at the caterpillar, and he's got like a little acorn hat. Isn't it cute? It's like the more you look at this paper, the cuter it is. It just really is very cute. I love the strawberries and the blackberries as backgrounds. I think that's really fun too. And then here's another one that reminds me of quilting pattern. And then on the other side of that one, we just have these beautiful strawberries and blackberries and some little bees, which is very cute. And then we have this fun gingham, so it kind of gives you like a picnic feel, which is really cute. And on the other side of this one, we have mushrooms. Look at this mushroom paper. Isn't that pretty? Mushrooms are very popular right now. You see mushrooms everywhere. And then we have this design on this side. And then on this one, we have where you can cut out all these cute little scenes and little squares. And I'm going to show you some cards done with this tonight, because I've cut my little one all apart. Here comes Max. Max hears me talking. He's like, who's Mom talking to up there? All right, so let's start with our first card using this suite. Oh, let's show you some more of the suite. So it comes with this cute stamp set. I'm going to back us up a little bit because I'm not getting everything in there. There we go. So we have this cute little stamp set. Very cute. All the little bugs, a few little sentiments. Then it has this great die set. And I'm going to show you some really cute things. It has lots of extras in there. It cuts out, like I said, the stamped images. Then we have lots of little extras. We have mushrooms. We have the blackberries and the strawberries you can cut out. Lots of little fun things there. And then it has this beautiful ribbon that has this scalloped edge on it, which is really, really pretty. And then we also have, what did I do with them? These embellishments that have these little ladybugs. Aren't those cute? And then we have some clear dots too on that. So let's go ahead and make a card. So this I have decided is my new way of storing my stamps. So I take them out. I think I showed you in a couple videos ago. I'm outlining them with a black Sharpie just so that I know when there's one missing. And as you can see, I have one missing right there because it's on a block. So a good way for me to keep track of my stamps. I was very nervous about taking them off and forgetting what goes with what type of thing. So this paper has Blackberry Bliss in it, one of my favorite colors that I haven't used in a really long time. So we're going to use that tonight. Hi, Miss Candy. How are you? This is going to be the inside of my cards. We're just going to set that over there. I've gone ahead and I've cut one of those little sections down, one of those little ones that you could cut out. I don't know what you really call these, but you can see these here. I've cut this one down to a little bit of a smaller. I think it's like 4 by, it's 3 3/4 by 4. So we're going to go ahead and mount that to a piece of cloud cover, just to get it out of my way here. So we're just going to put that right in there. And I made the cloud cover just about 1/8 of an inch bigger, so we have like a 1/16 of an inch just sticking around the outside edges. All right, and then I took my 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I have scored it at 2 3/4 on either end. So my card is going to open like this. So I just thought that would be kind of fun, something a little bit different. Kind of a fun fold, but not really. Just a little different way of cutting. I don't know if my camera's gotten moved. Let's see if we can move the camera more this way. There we go. When I get up here and I get cleaning and dusting and stuff, everything gets kind of moved around. So sorry. So sorry, but you guys couldn't see what I was doing, so I was like, okay, this is kind of pointless if you can't see me. All right, so we've scored that at 2 3/4, 2 3/4. Now I have a piece that is 4 by 2 1/2, and I'm going to put one of those on each one of these flaps. I'm using this cute little daisy paper. So we're going to put one down here. Just like that, and we're going to put the other one up on the top. Yeah, Candy, I have been looking around to see and watching different videos on how different people are storing their stamps. And because I was just afraid the way this new packaging is that I would take things out and have, you know, a bunch of different things on my area and then forget which stamps go where. And, you know, and if I open one up and it's like, okay, this is somewhere because it's not here. Otherwise, if there's, you know, when you put them back on, and then it's also getting them all back on. Stampin' Up! Does a really good job of getting them all back on to this, you know, 4 by 6 or whatever piece of plastic that it is. And then am I going to be able to get them back on there and put them where they go and be able to keep them all stored nice? So that was my solution. I want to say, I can't remember who it was, but I did, it was not my idea. It was another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator's idea. And I just thought it was a great idea. So it worked for me. You'll see some of the other ones. I tried some of the other, and I just didn't like, I didn't like it. So, all right. So I have this piece of the paper with the Blackberry Bliss, or with the blackberries and the strawberries on there, and we're going to put that on the inside of my flabs. Yeah, I don't have time for the more complex methods. So I'm hoping this is going to work for me, and it'll keep it simple. The other thing is I wanted to keep it simple because some of my sets and stuff I do resell once they are discontinued. I don't keep everything. So I wanted to be able to, you know, have some resale value. So we're going to put this on the front like this. So we only need to put some glue on this top half because we want it to open like this, okay? So we're going to go ahead, and what I like to do is I like to put a strip right here, okay? Because I know that's going to be a weak point. And then I'm going to put a couple of strips on the top part of this. All right, and then we're going to close this up, and we're going to lay it where we want it. Now, only a little bit shows out of the side, but that fun little pattern shows on the top and the bottom. So I think that's where I want it. And we're going to press it down real good, and there you have it. Okay. Now for the inside, I decided to do a white piece that's going to go in there. Just like this, in here. Just like that. So there's my card. Isn't it cute? I love these little guys. They're so cute. All these little bugs. They're so cute. All right, and then I've cut out some of the extra dies, and I have this cute little flower here that we're going to put over on one side. I'm going to grab my liquid glue. My must be really cold out because my Normally the heat does not come on upstairs here because the heat all comes up from downstairs, but I can hear my heat coming on in here. All right, so we're going to do that little guy, and we don't want to put him, we're not going to push on that top part because we want to put a little glue on the back of this guy. And I want him to slide under, just like that. And there you have it. Isn't he cute, the little flower? And then I've gone ahead and I've assembled some of these cute little blackberries. Oh my God, they were so cute. So we're going to put a little blackberry there. We're going to do a little blackberry on the other side. Like up here maybe, just like that. And then we're going to do one up in this other corner. These are something definitely sticker sheets if you don't like playing around with the messy, cutting them out, making your paper stickers and then cutting them out would be really cool. All right, so now we're going to do a sentiment on the front, and I decided to grab, I do like the sentiments that come with the stamp set, but I am loving this banner sayings because it's just, they're little things and they're so cute. Comes with the punch. I'm hoping it's still available. I haven't looked in a while. We have a scrap piece of white paper here. I have the punch. And what am I going to do with this? How about "You're the Sweetest"? That would be really cute with all those berries. So let's do "You're the Sweetest." So here's one that I did differently. Okay, this one here I stamped on a piece of our white cardstock, and then I stamped I inked up the whole thing, stamped it down, and then I put the lighter plastic there, and I have the heavier plastic here. But again, too many steps, and I wasn't loving it. So that was another one that I saw from somebody, but like I said, too many steps, and I wasn't loving it. So "You're the Sweetest," and I'm going to grab my Blackberry Bliss pad. I almost just ran my chair over Max here. He's up here laying on the floor so that I can just have more dog hair flying around up here. All right, "You're the Sweetest." Let's put that right over here. All right, and we're going to punch that out. And I'm going to punch it out with the top punch. I love these little banners. I just think they're so cute. Now, I had a piece of Blackberry Bliss left over here, so I'm going to cut one of them out. Another little banner with the Blackberry Bliss, and it went flying, and I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. All right. So let's go ahead and mount this so the Blackberry Bliss is coming out like a little tag. So we're just going to put a little bit like that, and then line this up. I'm going to grab those dimensionals and put a couple of dimensionals on the back. Now there's already a little ladybug in this one, so I decided not to do the little ladybug accents, but I went through my stuff over here and I found the cute little brass butterflies. So I thought those would be really cute. I'm pretty sure those are still current. So I'm looking around my picture here, and I like right about here because there's a big empty space. So we're going to put "You're the Sweetest" right there, which I think is pretty cute. Now, let's close this up so I don't stick my fingers in it. That's usually what I do. All right, and then they do those little brass butterflies. Oh, here they are. I love these little tiny brass butterflies. I think they're so cute. So, all right, what did I do with my Take Your Pick tool? Here he is. So I'm going to put one of the bigger ones right here on the "You're the Sweetest." And then I'm going to grab some of these little guys, and we'll just put them here and there. Let's put one up here in the blackberries. Let's put one down here, like where these guys are having their tea, and their little teacups are cute little flowers. It's just so cute. So there we have 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, so there you have it. Kind of cute little fun fold. You can put whatever on the front here to do your flap, but I decided to use that cute little guy right there, which I thought was really cute. All right, so let's do another one. We're going to set this one right over here, and I'll bring them back and show you later. And I'll decorate the envelopes later. You know me, I like to decorate the envelopes. So, all right, so now we're going to work on this one. This one we're going to use cloud cover for the base. I love this color a lot. All right, and then we have a piece that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and we're using white as my next layer. You know me, I'm a layering girl. I always like to layer. I don't know, I just do. It's really hard for me to get out of it, to get out of the habit of layering. All right, so we're going to line this up so there's just a little bit of that cloud cover poking around. Perfect. Now we took a piece of designer series paper that's not from this suite, but I'm going to show you, that was 4 by 4, and we've cut it across diagonally. And so we're going to put one up here, and we're going to put one down here, just like that. Okay. Now, you know me, when I like to do corners, I like to use my liquid glue, because I don't want my corners to be picking up at all. So I'm going to take my liquid glue, and it gets right down in there nice in the corners. All right, and a little goes a long way. You don't need a lot of the liquid glue. So this paper, this square is 4 by 4, so I'm going to leave a little bit of the white poking out around the edges. All right, and we're going to do this one. Yes, Kelly, that's who it was. Yep. And like I said, really simple, easy, and I love it. I'm sold on it. So she made it look very easy, and like I said, I'm not messing around with it too much. It doesn't mess with the resale value of them, that whole thing too. So, all right. So we got our corners down nice. Look at that. Works really nice when you use the liquid glue when you want to get those corners in there. So that's going to be my card base. Okay, now I want to show you where I got that paper from. So every year, Stampin' Up! For a long time now has done little, they have done, actually sometimes they were 12 by 12, but now they're all 6 by 6. They come out with a pattern designer series paper that comes in a couple different patterns. And then it comes in all the colors. It comes in every color of the color wheel, of the color family. I'm trying to find the other two blue ones now. This one's packed a little bit different, but. So you get 2 sheets of each pattern, and each one has 2 different sides. So we have this on one side, which I thought was great. This would go with anything and gives a nice feel. We have the pretty flowers on the other side, and then we have this one here too, which I thought was really a great one. And then we have this one on the back. So I always buy, when these come out, when the catalog first comes out, and these are in the annual catalog, when they come out, I always buy all of them so that I have them as a backup. And I haven't been using them, so I decided to get them out. So I went over and got them. And they have both in colors and then all 4 color families, which is just fun in itself. And they are called Designer Series Paper, and it's a 6 by 6 Designer Series Paper. And they're, like I said, they're in the annual catalog. They come out, they've had different patterns every time, but I really liked this one, and I thought it went really well with what I was doing today. So I grabbed those. Plus, I hadn't used them in a really long time, so I thought, why not? All right, I have a little strip left over for the inside here. You guys know I like to do that little strip on the inside. All right, so I'm using another one of those from that big sheet, okay? This one here is a cute little, just a cute little stump, and we've got some ferns and some mushrooms, and I wish I could remember what those are called. I want to say Lily of the Valley, but I'm not sure if that's what it is. But anyway, that's what it looks like to me. So, all right, and then I've gone ahead and I have another white layer that I am putting this to. Now these are 3x4 cards, okay? So we're gonna put that right in the center there. Just like this. Okay, and then we have the little mushrooms. I've cut these out. There's 2 different sizes, and I cut them out with crumb cake and then Cajun craze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the tops of these little mushrooms off because I want my stems to be crumb cake, and then I want my tops to be Cajun craze. So we're going to put a little glue on this guy. And then we're just going to put the top on there. And it's okay if a little bit of the crumb cake shows. I'm okay with that. And then while I have the glue, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little glue right there. And we're going to put this guy right over here. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. I just thought these mushrooms were so cute. Like I said, I'm not usually a cutesy gal, but this set did. It screams cute, and I just thought it was pretty cute. All right, so we're gonna go ahead right just like that. We've got our mushrooms over there. Isn't that cute? Now, you're gonna love these. So let me get a piece of paper that you can see these on. This is a die, and it cuts out a little bitty itty tiny dragonfly, a little itty bitty tiny snail, and a little bitty itty tiny butterfly. And they all are embossed as well. Can you see those? Aren't those adorable? So I've done them in gold because I'm going to use them as my embellishments. And I am just going to put a little dot where I want. Okay, so I want the butterfly up here. I want the snail down here. And I'm going to do the dragonfly over here. I'm going to grab my tweezers. With all these little guys, tweezers have been the things. Aren't those adorable? See, Candy, I just thought they were so cute. When I saw them, when I opened it up, you know, there's so many things when you're in the catalog and stuff that you really miss. And these were something I missed. So, I mean, this little die I will get so much use out of because I will love making all these little guys for cards. And for this one, I just did gold, but I just think they're really, really cute. All right, and then the little snail is going to go down here. I think the little snail is probably my favorite. He's so cute. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Now, let's do a salutation. Let's look at what we've got in our stamps, in our stamp set over here. How about wishing you good things? I like that one. Here it is right here. And let's mount that on here. Wishing you good things. I think I'm going to do that in Cajun Craze. What did I do with my scrap paper? All right, let's do wishing you good things. This time I'm going to use this one. at the dimensionals. And I'm not sure where I want to put this guy because I got a lot going on. So I think I might do it right up there in the corner. Wishing you good things. Right like that. How's that? I think that looks perfect. And then we have decorated the inside with our little strip of paper that we had left over. But isn't that a cute one? I think it's cute. I think it came up pretty cute. All right. Now, while I was creating, I went ahead and I did another one. And I might do something like this on the envelopes, or I might stamp on the envelopes. But on this one, I used the cute little ladybugs. And I got I'm Here For You with the little, these are like dandelions, which I think are pretty cute. I've used the ribbon over here, and then if you're buying this suite, this baker's twine, the early espresso and old olive linen thread twine goes great with this suite too. The colors are all very much comparable, which would be really great. I love the snail, yes. That would be cute, yes, snail mail, how cute, yes. So, all right, I have one more I want to show you. So on this one, I decided to cut down some of the designer series paper and make my own 3x4 squares, okay? I love the little snail here and the little, and there they are having their tea again. It's just, this paper is so cute. So we're going to go ahead. This one's a pretty simple one. And I've used some of that designer series paper again. So we're going to do, this time we have cloud cover as our card base. Fold that in half. All right, we're going to put this guy right across the middle of my card. And the reason I buy all packages of these papers is because then I know I have stuff to go with everything that I'm trying to create, right? All right, and then this one here, we're going to put this, we're going to mount this onto some white. I especially like to layer when I'm doing designer series paper. I especially like to put a layer around it, especially when it's a all over pattern like this. It just frames it in nice, kind of makes an end to it type of thing. And then we're just going to go ahead and mount this one right like that. Just going to mount that right on there like that. And then we have a little strip for the inside. Just like this. And then on one I did, consider yourself hugged is another little sentiment. Oh, come on, focus. Focus, focus. Doesn't want to focus tonight. Maybe I gotta get closer. No, there it is. Isn't that cute? I was almost gonna do, instead of the H, I was gonna take like a little marker and see if I could make it a B. Consider yourself bugged. I just thought that was kind of cute. So as you can see, depending on where I decide to put will depend on what I want to cover up. I might do something over here because but then you got the cute little guy playing the mandolin down here. So I don't really know. But on this one, I had cut part of a bug off there. So that's where I ended up putting the salutation on that one. So anyway, super cute, sweet, love it. I just think it's really, really cute. And on this one, I did stamp a little bug on the inside. And I might stamp a bug and color them in on the envelope. You know me, I like to decorate the envelopes. But it definitely is a very cute suite, and it's in the new mini catalog. And like I said, there's your item number if you'd like to order it. It's called Cute as a Bug Suite. And like I said, it's in that new mini catalog. So, all right, I think that's all I got for you, but I do want to mention the product of the month has changed, and it is only going to be available now. Well, actually, I guess they're available while supplies last, because you still can get the December one. When you put in your order for $75, it will tell you that you have qualified for the product of the month suite, or product of the month item. When you click on that, the blue paper from December is still there and the stamp set is there. So as long as, I guess until they sell out, they are still available. So this is a great stamp set. I have it coming in on an order. I was a little late on the whole getting it. I totally forgot when I had put my orders in earlier in the month. We're getting down on bonus days. Bonus days are until February 2nd. So for every $50 that you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon. So make sure that your email is correct with them, because that is going to be where they are going to send the coupons. So you're going to make sure you have a correct email with them. The paper pumpkin is called Celebrate Spring. Looks like it's pretty cute and very spring related. And then we have the add-on for the paper pumpkin. Let's see. And I had a number for the add-on. That is the number for the add-on too, if you'd like to add that to your order if you are a paper pumpkin subscriber. I personally like those little dies just to have on hand. You know, guys know me. I'm going to dig the strawberry one out because I think it would be really cute on this strawberry paper. So I'm going to be digging out my one that was from I want to say it was from like last May or June, where it had the die where you can make the little strawberries, and I liked it a lot. So I'll be digging that one out. I have them over here in a box all marked. I am getting so much more organized, which makes it much happier for me to be in here because I know where things are, which is very exciting. Always when you're putting in an order, always check that last chance product list. There's some great steals and deals on there. You're going to want to check that out, especially if you've got, like, you want to get to a certain amount or something. Or if you check that out first and see what's on sale, because we all like a good sale. So, and some of the stuff is marked down drastically in there. So, working on my February calendar. So please keep an eye out for that. I will be updating my February calendar pretty soon. I don't know if I put that on here. Did I put that on here? Oh, I did. I have booked a class. If you're close to me, I booked another card class at Andy's Addict in Winsted. I just did one there, and we got snow that day, so a couple people did cancel, but we had fun. And then I took the class afterwards for the journal. So they have like some really great classes there other than mine. And if you screenshot this and blow it up, you got the QR code right there that will send you to where you can register for the class. We make 5 cards with envelopes ready for you to mail, and it's $25. So that's coming up in February. Yeah, and I'm working on the rest of my calendar. So let me get these guys out here so you can see what we made tonight, and you can take a screenshot of all of these, and then I will let you go. Thank you so much for stopping in. This is definitely a cute set. All right, let's see. Can I back up any more? Nope, I'm back as far as I can go. Oh, the other thing that I pulled out that I thought would be really cute, and I thought about putting it on one of these, is the little bees. These are still available. These are the tiny bee trinkets. These would be another cute little add-on to have in this, if you have this suite. So there you have it. All right, guys, I'm way over time. Oh gosh, I didn't realize I was babbling on this much. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, check out my calendar. Just go to my website and you can check out my calendar to see what I've got going on. I go live on Monday mornings and Thursday. And I didn't go live this past Monday, did I? I think I skipped it. Oh, geez. Maybe because of all the snow and everything. I don't remember. All right. Thank you. I'm glad you're here too, Candy. Fun. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you as always for watching. I appreciate you all for stopping in. And hopefully we'll all be stamping together real soon. Have a great rest of your night.